Test on one day. India, England, Australia. What a player! What a player! What a player!
Welcome back, everybody, to yet another Concussion Sub Fantasy Tips series. This time we are going to review the second T20 international between India women and England women. First game was interesting, almost a close game, and Harleen Deol pulled up a catch. He was trending all over in the last 2 days or so on the internet. We will talk about that. But to give you fantasy tips today for the game, we have Akash, Vishak, and Syed back on the show. Welcome, champs. So, Vishak, what can we expect from game two? Did you enjoy the game one, and what were the standout points from that?
I think the spinners' performance mainly from India. So I think they held back after they got a very good start, and finally Harleen Deol's catch. Actually, we cannot discount it. It was a brilliant catch. We see men's cricket a lot of catches being taken like that, but in women's cricket it's something like a rarity. But that too coming from an Indian player, that it made it special actually, and it was a special catch. And her timing of the jump was really perfect after she landed on the boundary, and she was and the way she picked up the back leg at the right time and she dived. She was almost flying when she took the catch. It was a brilliant catch.
And the best thing I liked about the catch is the substitute fielders after that. They just stormed onto the ground. That was so good to see.
Yeah, one more thing is I saw there was one clip. Even there were some England substitute players or some coaches. They were also applauding that catch, which actually said the greatness of that catch.
Yeah, much deserved recognition for women's cricket. And Akash and I were also talking off air. Again, still very little content about women's cricket. For the fantasy tips, we tried to do some analysis, and there's still a lot more to do. I think, including us, we have to do a lot more, especially building out content. And hopefully, these series which we are doing is adding to the cause, however small it may be. Okay, without wasting any further time, the much-awaited fantasy tips. So, Akash and Syed, take it away.
The first T20 went to England, and considering the strength, we also believe the second T20 will be dominated by the English women. So we have gone by that thought process. So that's the reason we have picked about 6 English women players and only 5 Indian women players. So the captain and the vice captain remains the same from the first T20, Nat Sciver and Shefali Verma. Starting with the wicket keepers, Amy Jones, brilliant innings in the first T20. She's now playing in the middle order as well, so we are expecting her to perform well again. Followed by Tammy Beaumont and Danny Viard, the openers of English team. And the other 2 openers from the Indian counterpart, Smriti Mandhana and Shefali Verma. Shefali Verma did not get off to a good start in the first T20, but with the kind of aggression which she has, we are expecting her to come good in this match. And that's the reason she is the vice captain.
Coming to the all-rounders part, we have 2 great all-rounders of the game. So either Knight, the captain, and Nat Sciver. So last match also they did well. In fact, throughout the series, the ODIs and the test matches, these 2 have been top performers. So definitely you got to have them in your team. Rana is another all-rounder upcoming. She came back to the squad after a long time. We saw she did a great performance in the test matches. She's a very handy bowler as well. So definitely a added point to have her. She can give you points both with the bat and the lower order and with the ball as well. From a bowler section, 2 spinners, in fact 3 spinners, 3 good spinners from both the sides. Sophie again had a great series throughout this summer. And Poonam Yadav and Radha Yadav, so left armer and a leg spinner. So both of them did well in the first match. So they hopefully are going to do well in this match as well, because the England wickets are getting slower. So this is going to be the team from the Dream11 perspective.
Team on paper looks very, very strong. I think all of them have huge potential. Just a couple of questions. Shefali Verma, are we expecting too much? I get a feeling that she's feeling the pressure of expectations. What do you guys think about that?
I feel her game is perfectly suited to this format, T20 format. So I think the way she plays, that she's pretty aggressive, and she likes to go from right from ball 1. So that's how her game is. So I think this is well suited, but I think we should let her go. She is just 16 now, so I think we should let her be what she is and not put too much pressure on her. I think the performances will come because she has a long career ahead of her.
Okay. And
So Stefani, I think too much of pressure is going to definitely bring her down. Like what we've been talking about Pant, for example, for a long time about the aggressive game. We should let her be, enjoy her game, play as it is. But what the expectation would be to have a better performance from the middle order, because right from the start of the Test series and ODIs, we've seen the middle order not performing well to the mark. In fact, Harmanpreet is one of the person who always gives crucial scores in the middle order is failed back and again. And she also did tell in the interview that she recovered from COVID and she's trying to get her fitness back. So it's just a matter of time. Hopefully, she performs well in the this coming T20.
So we are hoping that she'll be back in form soon. But currently, considering the fact that the openers of both the sides seem to have a good start, they are more comfortable, like I said, seamers. When spin comes into play, both the sides seem to be struggling a bit. And since Harmanpreet plays in the middle order, that's the reason we are staying away from middle order players basically.
And other thing is, in the last series against South Africa, she had a hip injury, and while she was recovering from that, she got this COVID, and the recovery took a longer time. And she's clearly mentioned that in the interview she gave recently that as a result of that, she couldn't prepare much, and she came here completely undercooked. And other thing is, these women players, they don't get much exposure also when they travel abroad, and they don't get any practice games. So, and on top of it, she was little undercooked because of all these reasons, the COVID and the injury. I think that's playing a part, even though she didn't want to take that as an excuse, and she still wants to perform. She's a good player. She's a classy player. I think she will prevail good. Just she needs to be given some time. It's just that one good innings will like everything will change for her.
very good. And one fun fact for our viewers from our fantasy tip, you must have noticed we picked Danny Watt. We almost had her on one of our show on Waadaplaya, hoping that at some time in future we will get that opportunity. The schedules did not permit, but I'm sure will find a way to get her back. And when she's here, we can talk about all the stories. But great, Vishak, Akash, and Syed, thanks for your focus on the women's cricket as usual. Really appreciate it. And for viewers, two important things. COVID, please make sure you are maintaining social distancing, get vaccinated when possible, wear mask and sanitize yourself, stay safe. And fantasy tips are purely for entertainment purpose only. You have to be 18 plus to play the game and to participate. Play responsibly. Vishak always gives us this beautiful advice that make a lot of money but play responsibly. Thanks very much, Akash, Vishak, and Syed again. See you on our next episode. See you later. Take care.
Stay
Thank you,
safe,
guys.
everyone.